University, your ECAC national champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please make some noise for your Trine Overwatch Titans. All right, hello everybody. My name's Carson Williams.
My name's Jack Tarpin.
Welcome to the stream tonight. Again, it's ECAC for Trine Overwatch Blue, our top team in the Titans division, and they are in the quarterfinals, I believe it is, of their group, and this will be all or nothing for them as they continue forward. For the first map, we are going to be playing on Samoa, which is a control, and we are going to see a ban on Zarya from Trine and a ban from Freya on the enemy team. We are just now waiting for everyone to get in, but I hope everyone's having a good night so far. Are you having a good night, Jack?
I'm having a fantastic Thursday. How about you, Carson?
Pretty good, pretty good. My lab for my chemistry class is now over. I no longer have it. And we are going into our first match right now.
All right, Carson, what can you tell the people about Samoa as a map?
Yeah, again, Samoa is a control map. And it looks like we are going to start on the downtown map, but there are 3 maps total. It is going to be a best of 2. Each team will have to capture a point in the middle of the map on a more symmetrically based map on all 3 sides, or on all 3 maps. Sorry, I'm saying maps a lot, but
so this one has like a circle in the middle by the look of it.
Yeah, it looks like all of the grass will be the point that will need to be captured, kind of like King of the Hill.
Awesome.
And each team will try to capture this point to 100%. If they can get 100% 2 times, they win.
All right. So that's what the 2 zeros mean. All right. Thank you.
Yep. So we're going to see Trine running out on an Orisa comp based around a Lucio speed and a Kiriko healing, and then you're going to have the Sojourn and Symmetra potentially, but I can see the Symmetra just being for a TP.
It looks like the enemy team is doing a Wrecking Ball with Lucio, with Genji, and then they did also a TP with Symmetra into a Tracer. And then a Moira for their healer.
Overall, Trine looks like they might have an advantage at the beginning running against this ball composition, as Orisa's a very good counter to Wrecking Ball. Looks like Mod's trying to make some space, and they are going to try and find this Wrecking Ball here.
Looks like they're trying to get the Wrecking Ball early.
And we're going to see Houdini on the back line right now, trying to kill the ball. We'll find it. Now he goes to the back line near Lucio.
Yep, we got Houdini as Venture digging...
And now we have still Houdini just trying to push him out of this spot, as we're going to see the Tracer get 2, both Ten and Fuji, but Echo Riot finds another one on the Kiriko.
Ball's back. It looks like
Echo Riot finds a way to get out safely. That's good. Yeah. And Mods is just trying to keep on the point, stall as long as he can, get that percentage up, but he is forced to be booted off.
Looks like the enemy team kind of did get a team kill, so they won that fight. They won that team fight.
Yeah, the Tracer going behind and finding both Ten and Fuji was very tragic for Trine, but we're going to see if they can come back from it.
Seems pretty even right now with both teams. We'll see how this continues. We got Mods pushing in. Tracer dove behind.
Go see a blade from their Genji, and he's killed by Mods immediately.
Tracer down.
Echo Riot finding a nice pick onto the Tracer with a headshot.
Looks like that Lucio, yep.
Mods killing the Lucio, and now Trine's going to move over to point and try and capture.
Looks like they're capping right now. They got mods and ooh.
Wrecking Ball trying to stall. And still just kind of making some time for the enemy team
Oh,
right
wow.
now.
The
Gets the
ult.
Terra Surge from Mods, gets
Yep.
2.
Great ult for mods.
Very, very well played. And now Trine will take this back. As we set up for this next fight, looks like Tracer on the enemy team's going to have their ultimate, but Houdini has his, and Echo Riot also has his ultimate too to work with. To see if Trine can just trade some ultimates here and win this fight.
Looks like looks like on the enemy team the only ult,
Go see the-
Tracer ult just happened.
Yep, and we're going to see the rush from Echo here, and then a beat from the other team as Mods just tries to stay in this Kitsune rush as long as he can. Houdini falls,
They just got to be aware of the Wrecking Ball ult that has an option and the Moira ult that's ready.
and then Echo Riot finds a pick. And it looks like Trine is disengaging, trying to stay alive here. Echo Riot.
He's caught by himself though.
Oh, very unlucky for Echo Riot.
Looks like Trine's just trying to regroup.
Might be able to find this ball. They do early.
Great kill from mods.
Now they're going to rush in with a Lucio beat from 10.
Sorry, I'll change that. That was Fuji that got that kill on the Wrecking Ball.
You can see another pulse bomb, or sorry, a recall from that Tracer. Now Fuji with his overclock,
Venture got it.
trying to
with-
find the...
Yeah.
Sorry, tried to find the Tracer there. But now Mods is able to clean up, finding that Lucio.
Looks like they're getting the Wrecking Ball and the Genji.
10 is found by the other DPS.
Unfortunate. Looks like the Wrecking Ball is just trying to stall a little bit. Try to contest.
Could see this Genji go down to Mods.
Mods
And the
got the
Wrecking
Genji.
Ball.
Great
Now
double
he's
kill
going
from
for the
mods.
Lucio. Houdini finds it. And Trine will take this back. They cannot lose a fight or else this is it for them on this first map.
Looks like the Tracer's trying to catch a support off again. Maybe Houdini.
Yeah, Houdini's playing well enough to try and just keep everyone out. He's really holding this space very well, just making sure to play his life, but still not allowing this team to go through this building and go towards point. Now Houdini's going to look at the back line. Tries to find the Genji instead, just really messing around with that Genji. Fuji's going to pop his ultimate, so is Wrecking Ball. Fuji tries to find the Tracer. And
So-
unfortunately can't find him.
Genji popped his ult.
But Houdini finds one. And we're going to see a Kitsune rush again from Echo Riot. And Mods is back in with Houdini. Trying to push out, get some Moira.
This is some great focus from our Trine Overwatch team right now.
And then the Lucio again. And that will go first point to Trine. Very well played. And now we're going to move over to the second map. Again, for these kind of maps, it's all about this central control area. The team who can hold it the longest and get to 100% wins. In this, you can see the little white border around it. All this little rectangle is the point. And it's King of the Hill. Whoever can keep it captured to 100% wins.
Do you think, based upon the last round, that the teams will change up their comp any bit?
I think both teams saw their way to win. Obviously, Trine did win, but the other team did see an opportunity themselves to win, so they might try and keep what they're doing. It looks like they do.
As of right now, yeah, it looks like both teams are keeping up the same comp. It was a very close round.
It was.
But the other team did have 99%, so very close round.
You can see Mods trying to find something.
Wow.
And Houdini falls to a
Early.
coordinated dive. Now Mods is in on the back line trying to find a Moira.
He's giving him some good fire, suppression fire.
Now he's on this Lucio here.
Oof.
Somehow misses.
Almost gets him.
Don't know how. But Fuji finds a pick on the Wrecking Ball. And now they're going to walk forward a little bit. Fuji again trying to help, gets help from the 10, the Lucio here.
Looks like Mods is sitting on cap, and they're contesting right now.
Yeah, I believe it was a Tracer trying to hold point as long as she could, but now it's going to be this Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking
We saw this
Ball.
earlier, the same exact thing where the
Strategy,
Wrecking Ball just
yeah.
kind of sat on the point, waited for his entire team to get back with Wrecking Ball's very high survivability.
It looks like the strategy is just to have their wrecking ball just kind of go in and out, and just try to keep contesting so that we weren't capturing.
Yep, just stalling out the point as long as he can. But Trine was able to push him off there, which is very good. Now we got Mods trying to look at Genji and Moira here.
He's doing some really decent amount of damage right there.
And Houdini finds a pick on the Lucio in the back line. And again, Mods still on this Moira. Now on the Genji, he's going to Terra Surge. Goes for the Moira, finds a Moira. And the Genji's going to be 1 HP.
Great ult from Mods right there.
And Fuji just holding this high ground right now. Really just untouchable as long as he can stay alive with his supports. And Houdini finds a double pick on the Genji and the ball.
I feel like Fuji staying on that high ground really is got to be detrimental for the enemy team.
Yes. Fuji's going to come up on his ultimate overclock here. And then we're also going to see an ultimate from Echo Riot potentially this next fight with the Kitsune Rush.
We'll see if the Tracer ultimate from the enemy team comes into effect during this fight.
This pre-fight position kind of comes out. We're seeing Mods try and just push this team, but they're going to loop back around, trying to take Fuji off this high ground. And a double pulse bomb comes out and hits 10 and Houdini. Both of them fall. But Trine tries to fight it with the Kitsune Rush, but I don't think it was enough. Mods finds a pick. And now he's going to go for the Genji. And the Moira, who's actually kind of caught out, but unluckily cannot find her. Trine does have a very good percent lead right now. We're going to see if they can keep this lead.
Trine's got to regroup for this next fight, though, first. Their team died more sporadically.
Yeah, Houdini tries to get some opening damage. Seeing if he can go in on this with his team. And Houdini's really taking the sideline of all 5 of the enemy team.
I think
he's going to pop his ult.
That's
go for the Genji. Unable to find it. And now the Moira's going to use his Coalescence. And Fuji's on his overclock right now. Looking for that ball. Genji blades. And 10's going to beat in response. And Echo Riot finds one. Houdini finds a second. Trying to capture this objective right now.
Some great work from Trine Overwatch right now.
And Fuji on a nasty headshot on that Tracer.
Ooh.
And 10 able to find the Lucio with the help of his team. And Trine will take it back.
Great teamwork from them.
We're seeing the 67%.
I think that was a really good strategy by Trine Overwatch right there. They had Venture go on the right side and kind of distract the enemy team.
It was a very good distraction.
3 of the Trine Overwatch members were on the other side of the field,
Lots
capping.
of Terra Surging, and Lucio has to beat to stop it.
Oof.
An early beat from that Lucio. If Trine can just hold on for half a second until that beat runs out, they might be able to do something. And Houdini finds the Genji. Now he's going to try and help out Mods.
Houdini coming back. Yep.
And now he's going for both of the supports who are grouped up together. Moira first, and now it's Lucio. He's looking for it, but Fuji finds him instead.
They isolated him.
And Trine will take this first map, 1-0.
Great round from Trine Overwatch right there.
Very good job, Trine. Well played. And
this would be the
Genji play of the game.
This would be the other team's Genji.
It was.
Got one.
Again, Trine really struggled with the backline pressure that this team was giving them, but afterwards they found the way to, I guess, stay together more and really just push back against that enemy team. Whether it was Mods who would come back and help out his team a little bit more, or even like the, I want to say the Kiriko Echo Riot just finding ways to keep his Sojourn Fuji alive. Everything was very much better played on Trine's behalf on that second point.
I feel like their first map, they really were just trying to take an assessment of the enemy team, and once they got a real grasp of what their strategy was, then seen on this map, they really just took over the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trine also played their ultimates a lot better on that second fight.
I agree.
Mods really did use that Terra Surge early, but it was to push out a Lucio beat. And because the Lucio beated so early to keep himself alive...
That's why they won the team fight, I would say, for sure.
Trine was able to just push back because the excess health you get from the Lucio beat was gone.
They ate right through it. I feel like since Mods was able to use that ult so early and force the Lucio ult, that's really what made them win that fight there.
Yeah, I think so too. Second map's going to be Suravasa, which is a flashpoint, if I'm not mistaken.
So how does that like Flashpoint game mode work?
Flashpoint is a best of 5 points, so kind of like how you saw in Control, where each team tries to go to 100% in a King of the Hill style kind of fight. But Suravasa, instead of being on 3 separate maps, it's going to be on one huge map that just has very, very short intervals of points. So the percentage on Control is going up kind of like 1, 2, 3. But in like Flashpoint, you're going to see it go up a lot faster. You're going to see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to go really fast, and it leaves teams in kind of these high pressure situations where they have to figure out what they're going to like respond with and how they do it. And these fast decisions sometimes leave teams in like these scenarios where they have to play in like fights where they have to either just give up a point and just go for next point rather than just dump everything they can into this singular point. Sometimes they'll have to save their ultimates on a losing fight just so they can win the next one.
So the way I understood that is we have like these separate like capture point objectives, and like they're faster, there's more of them, and you really have to like strategize differently for this, where like you could have like 4 or 5 different cap points. It just depends how the round goes and depends how the teams manage their ults and their skills.
Yeah, I think so. We're heading into the map. We're going to see
a ban on Venture and a ban on Ball.
Yeah, Trine didn't want to deal with that Wrecking Ball anymore, and I don't blame them, but
Wrecking Ball is a pain in the butt to deal with.
It was for Trine, but they are also banning Houdini's Venture, which was one of Trine's ways to interact and kind of counter that ball gameplay that we saw.
I am curious then, how are these teams going to change their comp up now that they had to change?
Houdini could be playing some Symmetra here. We could see, even though we see an early teleport that Trine really loves to do, this early TP still works, and Symmetra is actually in a very good spot right now to play in these sort of scenarios where she has to control an objective, and her turrets do a very good job at that.
All right, looking at the University of Kentucky's team right now, we have a Junkrat, we have a Lucio, we have a Tracer, and a Curie, and we have a Winston.
And yeah, again, we're going to be on these little square points as Trine or University of Kentucky try and take it over.
And I will change my statement. One of their players switched to a Reaper.
Mod's trying to take this left room as Kentucky kind of goes behind right now.
Looks like they have their attention split. The Reaper's focusing on one angle, and
Houdini
the Mods
gets a Reaper.
Wow.
And now Echo Riot on the Tracer, but 10 falls. And Mods is still going for this Reaper, but we're going to see Fuji get a railgun shot off on him, and that will be point for Trine as Kentucky is forced to back out.
Houdini first on point.
Again, look at that percentage. You just see it go a lot faster, and there's only really one fight per player per point, per se.
I would say, yeah, that percentage timer is moving significantly faster, for sure.
We can see an early kind of poke fight where each team just tries to get some damage off on the other, looking for an opening, but no one sees anything.
Looks like the University of Kentucky strategy looks like they're trying to use Winston as a dive tank.
Yeah, they're trying to really get into this back line and just kill one target that they call out, but Trine's doing well at holding off on that as they find the Winston in response, but Houdini will go down after killing the Winston.
At least from what I'm seeing right here, they're keeping the distance between them and the other enemy team, and that's really good for Fuji.
Might see Kentucky take the point here as Mods had fallen, and now Fuji's down as well. 10 goes down, and both Echo Riot and Houdini try and find a way out. Echo Riot has to hide, but it gets squashed by the monkey. Very unlucky.
I think Houdini could recover from this.
Houdini actually finds a trade. It's very good for Trine here. They're going to look to go faster with the Lucio speed.
Really good on the Houdini right there to try to get a trade kill.
And Mods, who's actually on the point, is trying to play his life and actually kind of go for the backline here. He's taking a lot of damage, though, so he has to back off for a little bit until his team gets here. But now that his team is here, he's back.
He's right back in the point.
We're going to see him try and potentially do a Terra Search here onto this rush, and Lucio has to beat for it. And we're going to see a counter rush from Trine as everyone tries to press Q and use their ultimate abilities. And we're going to see Houdini also uses Death Blossom. He finds 2. And the Reaper afterwards. Very well played by Houdini. And Trine.
That was a great Trine play. I would say the use of their ults there, fantastic.
Yeah, a lot happened in that 20 seconds, really.
I noticed it all started with the Mods ult with the Orisa, and then Reaper's ult really cleaned up some of the enemy team right there.
Yeah. All right, we're going to let this fight carry out.
Oh,
Hopefully
wow.
Trine.
Houdini with a double kill.
We're going to see a beat from 10 there just to
Walking
secure the
him
point.
down.
And
Oh,
Houdini
wow.
finds a Kiriko that I don't even know he was going for.
He was trying to walk Winston down, and I think the Kiriko was hopped right in front of him, and
Yeah.
that was a sacrifice.
Right in front of his gun. But
Trine gets that first flash point, and they're moving to the next.
But yeah, with that crazy fight, we didn't really get to see what happened, but the Kiriko on Kentucky's team actually used her Kitsune Rush, and Mods responded with a Terra Surge. But then when Mods Terra Surge, the Lucio used his beat. And when he dropped the base, that gave him the health to get out of Mods' ability. But since both supports didn't have their ultimates anymore, Echo Riot threw his rush down, and we saw a Death Blossom from Houdini. And this fight is going to go also into Kentucky's side. Sorry I was talking for too long, but they had to use 2 ults to get it. And Fuji actually did use his ult to try and get it as well, or to try and get a kill, but was unable to find anything.
It looks like Trine's ults, as a team, 3 of their players are already at 70% or almost 70%.
Again, it's just this Trine just playing well with their ultimate economy here and really just trying to use these very, very much game-changing ultimates to their advantage and make these trade-offs where they can... Oh my gosh,
wow, Houdini getting the Winston.
Yeah, after getting javelined by Mods.
Oh,
and now
Houdini
Houdini
with
finds a second.
kill.
Looking for the Tracer. And Fuji's going to be on
trying
this
to hunt down the
Lucio here.
Lucio. Almost catches the Kiriko.
And Trine will take the point without the presence of the Winston anymore. But the Winston is now back. Now he's going to try and hold the point.
Speak of the Winston.
And he's going to kill. But we're going to see...
He got Fuji down, and then Winston down because of the Echo Riot.
Echo Riot actually did use his ultimate, the Kitsune Rush, to really kill that Winston and secure the point for more time. But as we go into this next fight, we're going to potentially see another game-changing Death Blossom from Houdini if he can use it correctly.
I think if he uses it in coordination with Mods, it would be a great play from Trine.
That might be the play, as Mods will suck them all together with the Orisa Javelin.
And then Houdini's going to teleport. Oh,
but
Mods
was a little too early, unfortunately, with his Terra Surge and was unable to grab everyone together.
Seems like they got caught off a little bit with that, but...
And now Trine's going to reset.
Looks like they're going to a hard reset, try to regroup, and try to count that point again.
Looks like this next fight might determine the point. Again, Trine.
I think they're going to try to force the Lucio ult out, though, with this play.
Again, we saw Trine do it before. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it again, you know?
I would not put it past them. Looks like they have the Kentucky's Winston is sitting on the point, and with the support of like some of the other teams.
And there's that Lucio beat. Now Houdini's looking for the Death Blossom. He knows he wants to use it. 10 actually uses his beat.
Houdini with the Death Blossom on point.
Just kind of trying to clear the area, and is doing a well job. But Winston pops his primal rage ability to keep himself alive. You can see Mods as Trine actually takes the objective back, but Kentucky is right there. They're finding the Kiriko now. And 10 will find that kill. And Mods finds that Lucio. With only Winston and Tracer left, it looks like Trine might have this for the second point.
Looks like Trine's cleaning up the Kentucky
and Trine
right now.
will go up 2-0. We need one more, and Trine will take a second map home.
It's a great play from Trine right there.
Yeah, Trine, again, just playing with their ultimates. They know what they're doing with them. They know how they want to fight plan and how they want to try and coordinate with these fights.
I feel like the ability to overcome the adversity they face is why they win these games.
Yeah, coming up with a strategy to really use Houdini's ult, other than the combination with Orisa's Mod's ult here, really saved them, as that area got cleared from Mods' ability. We're going to see the Kitsune Rush from Echo Riot, and Mods is going to find the Lucio.
Yeah, Mods walked that Lucio down for the record.
He did.
He javelined him.
And now he's going for the Kiriko. We'll find him too.
He has that too.
Houdini found a Reaper we were unable to see, but knowing Houdini,
it was probably spectacular.
It was definitely spectacular.
Just putting that out there.
And again,
Looks like Houdini's getting some side action from Tracer.
just trying to find some damage, and Tracer will actually use her Pulse Bomb and kill Houdini, not with the Pulse Bomb, but with her guns instead. And
Looks like on point we have the rest of the Kentucky team against Mods right now.
yeah, it looks like Trine will fall. Mods played maybe a little bit too close to point, and Winston saw that opportunity on Kentucky and was able to find some kills.
Looks like from Trine, though, we have a Mods ult, and we have a Orisa ult, a Reaper ult, and a Lucio ult.
A lot of good ults.
And it looks like Soldier's ult is not far behind either.
No, it's not. Houdini trying to play this corner here to kill the Winston. Might be caught off now. But Mods will actually find a kill. Houdini uses his ult to stay alive and really tell the Kentucky team to back off. But the Primal Rage will come out and kill Fuji.
Looks
And
like
now
he's
Mods-
hungry for more.
Mods, who's actually Terra Surging right now, trying to stay alive, and we're going to see Kentucky respond with a beat drop from their Lucio in return.
That Kentucky Winston really got a triple kill there.
He did. He played with the 1000 HP that Winston gets from his ability, from his ultimate, and ran at Fuji. He knew Fuji was weak, and he walked on it.
Walked them down, as
Yeah.
they say.
We're going to see Moz try and find this Reaper, but Reaper gets teleported away. Now Moz is going to head towards the point,
Looks
but
like
they
he's
are
trying to
unable
dive.
to touch in time, and Kentucky will take this point. It's 2-1.
I think Mods was playing a little too aggressive right there.
He
got caught off guard and got separated from his healers.
Yeah, I think he wanted to touch the point, but was unable to in time, and as a result, he died.
I think there was a total team wipe there by Kentucky.
Yeah, 10 jumped off the point to try and keep the spawn time the same as his team. And Trine will go into this with 3 ultimates compared to Kentucky's 2.
Is that a strategy to, if your rest of your team dies, is just to throw yourself off, just to try to keep your timers the same?
Yeah, it looks silly, but it's actually very good to try and make sure that you're playing with your team and you don't get caught off. We're going to see that Kitsune rush from Echo right here. Mod's trying to walk on this Reaper now.
Ooh.
And we'll find him.
Yeah.
And actually eats a Tracer ultimate with his Javelin Spin. Very well played, Mods.
A very good play by Mods.
And now it's on the Lucio. What a turnaround.
Mods really just did not want to put up with any of that right now.
No, he did not. He canceled an entire ultimate. Very good, very good. Trine actually only used 1 ultimate there and stopped an entire Tracer ult in the progress.
Seems
1 for
like
1 trade.
that was well worth it.
Oh, absolutely. And Mods is actually coming up on his ult, and so is Houdini.
Looks like Fuji and 10 both have their ultimates.
Yeah, I could see Fuji using his here.
Well, the only thing I would be worried about is Kentucky right now. They have the Reaper has his ult, and Kiriko just played hers, and then Winston has his ult, and that Winston ult is a really pain to deal with.
Yeah. Looks like the Kitsune rush came out from Kentucky and really just took 10 off guard, and then after 10 fell, the others fell shortly after.
We're not far behind at all. All right. Looks like Mods is going right back at it.
Again, we have 4 ultimates on Trine's side right now. We need to see if they are going to use some. Fuji using his overclock right now. Looking for the entire Kentucky team. We'll find the Reaper.
Yeah, got the Reaper.
Looking at the Winston now. And Echo Right will go down to the Kiriko. And now we're going to see beats from both teams.
And the ult from Mods.
Gets Kiriko to 1 HP. And Houdini actually used his ult, but was unable to find anybody. But now Houdini is in the back line and he's killing everybody.
Great teamwork from Mods and Houdini right there.
Yeah. Playing very well together right now. And while Kentucky will go to 99, they are unable to capture this point, and Trine will bring it up potentially for a final fight. Unfortunately, Trine did have to use 4 ultimates there, it looks like. But Houdini, who got so much damage and really did a lot to the backline, is actually halfway back to his ult.
So Carson,
Yes.
you have to win 3 to win this game mode, correct?
Yes.
So even if Trine doesn't get this point, they still
There's
have an
still a
opportunity.
chance.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Because see Mods actually fall.
Not to count them out yet.
There it is. But
Reaper ult to get Fuji, and then looks like Kentucky just kind of takes it back.
It was actually pretty close for Trine there, unfortunately.
Both percentages were at 99.
Yeah, Trine pushed out the ultimates of a Tracer and a Reaper there.
And their ults are more up than the Kentucky's.
Yes,
Kentucky's might have the Kiriko's ult ready, but I think Trine might have this after that.
I've said this before, and I'm probably going to say it all day, but the ultimate economy, just making sure that you have your ultimates when the enemy team doesn't, is just so important, and Trine is playing fantastic about that right now. We're going to see Kitsune rushes from both teams, and Houdini will fall.
Oof.
As they try and find the trade, they're looking for the Reaper. It's a Reaper for Reaper trade. Now Mods is going to go in with his Terra Surge. Looking at the Lucio now.
Oh, he really ate the other team's health.
And Kits the Tracer. What a
Great
stick.
play. Great play right there by Trine.
And Echo Riot finds a double kill. Good job, Echo Riot. And Fuji will find the Kiriko late, as Kiriko was unable to fall off the map, so she literally stood still to let the Trine team kill her.
I believe the only ults were used was Kiriko's and the Orisa ult.
Yeah, it was. We're going to see Houdini, who we've seen his Reaper ults before. They can do some pretty big damage.
I would say they're a magic trick, but that's just because his name is Houdini.
I like that. And this Winston Primal's early to try and stay alive, and we'll find Fuji with it. Now there's going to be the beat from both teams. And Houdini still, I think he heard that the Lucio beat's gone, so he's going for the Reaper and will Death Blossom him dead. Tracer Pulse Bomb comes out, but his Kitsune is cleansed from the Suzu by Kiriko. And Houdini is really owning a lot of space right now with Mods.
I would say the one Houdini did do his ult, he did get a kill. I don't remember who it was, but...
He made the Winston disappear.
Yes, he did. Winston's back, speak of him.
And now we have the overclock from Fuji here. Looking at this Lucio. Lucio goes a little low, but is unable to find a kill here from Fuji. And we're going to see a Kitsune rush from Echo Riot as he's jumped by the Winston. Tries to get out.
Great rotation from the Echo Riot there.
And 10 finds the Tracer.
He was able to keep himself alive even though he had a Winston on top of him.
And Moz is dead. And it looks like Trine is backing out, knowing that their tank is dead. And they're going to try and escape.
They do have time advantage here. They're at 99%, while the Kentucky just captured for the first time at this point.
Kentucky used a lot of ultimates there. We saw the Winston Primal pretty early on, and then eventually...
Looks like Mods and 10 both have their ult, while the Lucio is the only the closest member on Kentucky right now to have his ult.
Yeah, we're probably going to see 10 beat, and then as a response, there's going to be a beat from the enemy team as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A Tracer has her ult now.
And the Pulse Bomb misses. And now we have Mods, who's actually Terra Surging, just trying to claim some space. Anyone walks into that circle he created, they're dead.
And it looks like the Kentucky, they beated?
Yeah, they did, actually. We're going to see beats from both teams, but unfortunately Trine will fall.
It's alright. Looks like they're regrouping right now. Looks like Mods, Fuji, and Houdini all died during that team fight there.
Yeah. It's going to be a final fight here. But unfortunately, Trine does not have a lot of ults to work with. They thought they would win with those other ones from last fight.
Looks like the Kentucky made a change, though. Their Reaper player switched to Soldier and has their ult active right now.
Yeah, the overclock. He's looking at Trine's team right now. Now we're going to go back to Mods. Mods is going to be looking at this Winston and Tracer.
Looks like trying to run the Tracer down.
And while they're all weak, actually, Houdini's doing a very good job staying alive. He finds a Lucio pick, and the Tracer goes down to Fuji. And they only have Lucio's healing right now, but Trine is making it work. Fuji will find another one, and will overclock immediately, trying to kill this Winston. And Trine will take the second fight. What a well-played fight from Trine. Holy cow.
That was really impressive. They were able to keep that fight even still with one healer alive.
Yeah, Trine is on fire.
I believe that energy in that arena has to be ecstatic right now.
I heard them scream through the glass.
I did too.
I have a feeling I know who it was. It was our very dear friend 10, who's a Lucio player. We love him dearly.
Yeah. I'm his neighbor. I hear him a lot through the night.
I'm sure that is something.
It is an experience. All right.
So yeah, again, with that was a lot harder to keep track of.
There was a lot going on at a lot of different points in time.
Yeah, I'm sure it was harder for you guys to keep track of, but it was hard for us as well. And you know, I play the game a lot. I'm a captain on one of the teams, but It was crazy to see all the stuff that happened. I couldn't really keep up with everything, but there were so many ultimates, and it really comes down to Trine playing this game of like ultimate for ultimate. We see their Lucio B, our Lucio's gonna be. Mods is gonna Terra Surge, and they're gonna force out either their own B or a Kitsune Rush, or some way to get out of the Terra Surge. But these fights really came down to just Trine really like having better ultimates, and then on that final fight that decided the game, we saw Trine really make a play with the what was it? I want to say it was Fuji, right? The Sojourn?
Yeah, I would say it was the Fuji, I was going to say Railgun Ultimate that was really putting in the work there.
Bursted down the Winston, and he found the headshot on, I believe it was a Tracer.
From what I saw, I would say that game was really won by Trine's like chemistry.
Yeah.
Because without that teamwork that they were displaying, those maps would not have been theirs at all.
And that comes from a team that's literally played together for over a year straight, and it's just awesome to see.
You can tell that those guys know and like how each other plays and have played countless hours together.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna see Trine.
Looks like they're playing Route 66, and then it looks like Kentucky banned Orisa, and it looks like Echo Riot's gonna ban Widow. So Trine's banned Widow, and then Kentucky banned Orisa.
I think Mods' Orisa was really a pain for both the Wrecking Ball of that first round and also the Winston of the second round for Kentucky.
So with that in mind, who do you think Mods is gonna take if he can't take Orisa?
Route 66 has a lot of longer featured maps, so
I would say there's also
would see
range and height would be like my two.
I could see him playing like a Ramatra or like a Sigma. These longer range characters that don't have to play in the faces of Kentucky to win fights.
What about Mods' Malga? Do you think that would be an option for this map, or do you think it's not close enough quarters fighting?
Potentially, I don't think it's close enough quarters, but if Kentucky's gonna run this sort of like dive team where they're trying to get into the face of Trine, they're gonna have to face some way of like resistance, and whether that be Houdini, who's gonna be on potentially Reaver Venture here, or if Moz really wants, he could play Malga into it, and just sit with his team. And as long as they're grouped up a little bit together, they're able to really burn down anyone that jumps at them.
All right, so it looks like we're looking at here is the opening area with this is a push map, so
Escort,
my bad.
You're okay.
So that would be where one of the teams comes out of, and then we're gonna look at there's the escort cart right there, and that would be where the defending team starts at. And it looks like this is the map that one team wins by distance.
Yes, so both teams will take turns playing attack and defense.
So they get the same amount of time on both, and it's furthest distance wins.
Yeah. So it looks like Kentucky's gonna start on this on the attack here, and Trine's gonna be on defense. And Kentucky will try and push this payload as far as they can, and they're gonna have little checkpoints in between. So first they're gonna have a checkpoint right here at this wall. Then the wall will drop and they can go through, and they're just gonna keep following this road over to the second point. Every time they do win a point, they're gonna get a time boost to keep pushing the payload further, and eventually land here.
Each checkpoint does activate a new respawn point for the enemy team that would be blocked off, and that sometimes is something to consider, because once they get that checkpoint, sometimes the enemy team is spawning closer then. All right, moving into the team comps. Looks like Trine with Mods is running Ramatra.
Good see you.
Fuji on May, and then we have Houdini on
Ramatra, or Houdini on Bastion.
Bastion. I'm sorry, I forgot that character's name.
It's okay.
Then we have Echo Riot on Kisune, 10 on Lucio. And then with the Kentucky team, we have Helix on Sojourn.
And the Bastion, wow.
I'm not sure how to say that username, but they're playing...
Oh, Irrelevant?
Yeah.
It's Wu Yang.
Wu Yang, and then we have Healy on Tracer, Labyrinth on Kisune?
It's Kiriko.
Kiriko, sorry.
You're good.
And then, they're running Hazard.
Yeah, so that Winston in the first fight, we saw a little bit of it. He got bursted down by Houdini's Bastion, who was in a Gatling gun turret mode. And when he jumped up at the team, Houdini was there to just kind of shoot down from the skies and really try and deal some big damage, but the hazard might be a way to counter Houdini here. As Houdini will fall.
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of what their thought was. They have the between Hazard and their Sojourn, they kind of really took over Trine there for a second.
Yeah, they did. That Hazard pick was something Trine wasn't really expecting at the beginning because of the Winston original pick. But
well, is Hazard, would you say, like one of those commonly picked tanks, or is it something that's more uncommon?
Hazard's a little bit weird. He has a very nice fan base who really likes playing him, and they'll say he's really good and it's fun. But then he also has a fan base that say he sucks and shouldn't be in the game. And Houdini is taking a oh my gosh, Houdini got a triple kill here.
It looks like they're really taking advantage of the distance that is being taken into effect with this. I believe that is why Houdini is playing Bastion right now, because he can just gun down that enemy team like you just did.
Yeah, again, at this like distance, he's able to do so. Echo Riot actually Kitsune rushed there just to win the fight, and now that Trine has all the space back, they're going to see if they can play.
Looks like Fuji has his ult as May, and then we have Helix with Sojourn's ult, and then Healy with a Tracer Bomb.
Yeah, the Kitsune rush comes out from Labyrinth here, the Kiriko. And now we get to see the Blizzard from Fuji just taking over this Kitsune, and we'll get stuck with a Tracer stick. Ooh. And Mods, who's in Ramatra's, I want to call it Annihilation, I believe it is, will also fall.
Yeah, I used to call that the alternate form, but that's just me.
He was in the ultimate of it, though.
Oh, okay, good catch. I didn't see that. I don't have a lot of experience with Ramatra.
Yeah, so Ramatra has two forms. Yeah, he has this kind of like...
this is like the wizard.
Yeah, I like the wizard term. That's cool. He's got the staff, and he shoots projectiles from it. And then if people get too close... He's gonna go into this sort of brawler form where he throws a bunch of big punches and he has these super big arms. He's like a transformer.
Yeah, he has a transformer skin in the shop right now too because of that. Yeah, I think he's Megatron. But that's cool. Ramatra looks like he's getting a hazard.
We're gonna see Trine actually fall. Unfortunately, it looks like they kind of got taken over after Mods went for the backline and this hazard really.
I feel like Trine's giving them a lot of distance
Houdini,
right now.
Houdini finds a pick onto the Sojourn and will now swap immediately to Reaper.
That's a really good thing to keep in mind, though. When you switch characters, you do lose your ult percentage. So he used his ult and then immediately switched.
Yeah, it was very well played for Houdini here. And now Trine will go into this in a 5v4 scenario.
Hazard does have his ult. It looks like
he's
using it.
The rain come down. And 10 pops his ability, the Lucio B.
Ooh,
they find the Kiriko.
That was a great counter ult by 10.
Looks like since 10 doesn't have to worry about playing with a beat response for the enemy team's beat, he's using it to keep everyone alive rather than just make sure everyone survives.
Yeah, he's using it more of a, not as a counter anymore, he's using it to keep the team alive, just like you said.
Yeah, and 10 actually finds Healy, the Tracer, with a Lucio boop. Now we're going to see the Wu Yang ultimate onto the Hazard, and he's going to take this high ground, but Echo Riot responds with a Kitsune rush. And then we're going to see a Sticky Bomb. Mod's just trying to stay alive. He's stuck in that brawler form, just blocking all the damage, but he falls. Although a lot of ultimates were used, 4 ultimates from Kentucky's side. And Trine is actually kind of staying into it right now.
Really good on Trine's part, forcing them to kind of play their ult and still being able to keep up with the team.
Fuji gets stuck in a wall. That's unfortunate.
Fuji's able to stay up though. That's really good.
And now Mod's Houdini's trying to
walk him down right now.
Looking at this Kiriko, forces out a teleport. And Mod's
staying alive for a little bit, just a second there.
Just taken out.
Just trying to get down the hazard.
Will also fall.
They really got to get a stop here after this next objective. They still have 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, Route 66 is kind of weird like that. Sometimes you play these maps, and if you just get kind of snowball effect where you can't gain your footing again into a team that's on fire, it really is hard to push back.
One thing I will say about this last area, at least from my experience playing this, this area is the one you hold the best because
Yes.
it is a straight open lane, and since your spawn is right there, it is really hard for the enemy team to, like, even if they're still taking you down, they can't do much.
Good to see
Echo Riot got the hazard down from Kentucky.
Yeah, and the Hazard actually uses his ultimate,
So
whether that's to swap characters or just to use it thinking he could do something with it, but...
It looks like Trine also has full 4 ults ready, and see how that takes
Coming
him.
up to 5 with Echo Riot, too.
Yeah.
Hazard already back and will get jumped, or jump onto Fuji, but Houdini will find a trade onto the Wu Yang.
Looks like Mod's
And now
ulted.
on to... Yeah, Mod did ult, just trying to kind of take some space onto the enemy team. And now that the team is split...
They're doing what Trine does best, and I call it picking off the loose strays.
Yeah. Yeah, Mod's, instead of using his ultimate to go for kills, he really just used it to push off the back line from an overextended front line.
So he's just using it to take his space effectively.
He literally just created a bigger gap, which meant no healing for Kentucky.
Really isolated their tank there.
Now we're going to see both Sojourn ults and both Kitsunes from Trine and Kentucky. And now 10 actually used his beat, and we're going to see the Wu Yang ult now from Kentucky. But Houdini, again, Death Blossom, finds the Sojourn and is able to get out alive.
Houdini's magic trick again.
And now,
Oh, they're
on the
getting a hazard. They're
He's looking
isolating
for
him,
it.
and they got him.
And Houdini's going to keep walking just a little bit further. And now he's out.
He's TPing. Going back to Sojourn.
And now, 10 seconds left. It's really in Trine, I want to say in Trine's favor, but
They just have to hold.
Trine has to hold, try and hold off until next fight.
So if no one contests this right now, then they win.
Yes, if Kentucky doesn't have one person on the point, they will lose here. And Fuji will find a pick onto the Tracer. Mods will find Wu Yang here.
Couple of very good trades there from Trine
And Mods,
Mods.
who's in his Annihilation right now, finds both supports. And Trine does have both their supports gone, but it's only Hazard on point. So now Fuji and Mods will both go for the Hazard.
The hazard got Fuji, but
And Mods will take down the Hazard. He's trying to make sure the Tracer doesn't touch. She does and gets Mods stuck. But Mods has another Annihilation. He farmed it really fast and Tens will boop the Wu Yang off the point.
great play by Mods there. Was able to keep that Tracer from stalling.
Yeah.
Stalling.
Yeah. From contesting the objective and really...
Really keeping
Trying to-
Kentucky alive there, but Mods just put them down just like that.
he formed... He got his entire ultimate, which is like
Crazy.
2,500 like damage in one fight.
Mods was putting in the work there.
Yeah, he was.
All right.
So
Now Trine's gonna be pushing the payload.
yeah.
Yeah. So the payload's not where it was originally.
So the payload will spawn.
It'll reset. Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
So while we did see Kentucky did not make it all the way to that third objective, Trine still has to make it through this first.
They still gotta
and
make
then
it
the second-
they gotta beat the 32.26 meters that's on screen.
Yeah. Gotta make it through the first, second, and then over to this point.
That is nice that it is highlighted gold so everyone can
Really
see
cool,
it.
yeah.
All right.
You can see Fuji on the Freya here. Haven't
Ooh.
seen this before, and we haven't seen Healy on Ashe either.
I'm more curious about the Sigma choice that you talked about earlier with
Oh,
the
yeah, for
distance
mods?
holds. Yeah.
Looks like both teams are running it, even though neither team knows that.
Not yet, anyway. Oh, and then Healy's running Ashe.
Yep.
That would be an interesting choice.
It looks like they're gonna Kentucky's gonna try and hold this like gas station that we're gonna I'll fly over there real quick. This gas station over here, which is really the high ground that every team wants to control.
They want to control Big Earl's gas station. That is what it's called.
Yeah.
All right, looks like
Houdini, he's in the back line again.
he just finds himself there, I swear.
I think that's his plan. He just really wants to make the enemy team just look back at him every time.
I feel like he's just trying to distract the enemy team from anything, and it works really well for them.
And Fuji trying to kill the Sojourn, and now the Ashe.
He is.
And Houdini finds a kill in response, but will die.
Looks like Sigma smited him with a rock.
And Mods will find a nice pick onto the Kiriko.
Mods
Almost
just
throws a
looks
big
like
rock.
he's just piecing the team apart and just making them separate.
Mods is kind of behind them, playing Houdini's job right now and getting kills. And now he's going to take control of this high ground on this gas station, Big Earl's gas station. And Kentucky's tank is forced to drop. Houdini will find him.
Big play. They got the Kentucky Sigma down.
And Trine will find the first point just like that. 5 minutes and more if they can make it through the second point.
They do get time added every time they go through one of these checkpoints.
Yeah.
So very, very in their benefit to quickly push this team back and keep their energy moving forward. If they can keep that team exactly where they have them, they've got this checkpoint very quickly.
And Trine is really kind of like
putting in the pressure and
yeah. They actually, Mods actually split up the entire Kentucky team right now. The Sigma had to force all the way out.
And they are just looks like I would assume they have someone just sitting on the payload right now pushing that forward, and then they just have all this action right here up to the next checkpoint, just keeping them there.
Yeah.
And stalling them for time.
Yeah, the person on the payload, it's 10.
He does do that.
We're going to see a Freya Bola come out from Fuji as he tries to find the backline, unable to get any kills though. Now we're going to see the Bob on the point, and Mods will fall to a Sigma Graviton. And now Echo Riot.
Looks like
falling.
the Kentucky Sigma ulted and then got a kill and then kept the energy
what
going.
the heck? Fuji,
Wow,
Fuji finds a nice pick onto the Sojourn, and
that was
Trine, who is now all
immaculate to
responded
see.
since they died at the same time, will try and push fast.
They know they're down. They're playing aggressive, which is not a bad thing at all in this case. They need the point, and time is not their friend.
And we're gonna see Mods, who uses the ultimate ability on the Sigma, but will get countered by Wu Yang's ultimate on the R-Team 10, who drops the beat, and Echo Riot, who also does a Kitsune rush. But Fuji will fall after finding the Wu Yang, and Trine is just down to their supports, and they try and make an escape.
There was Houdini and then 2 supports. 10 fell after that.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Trine. They did use 3 ultimates in response and was unable to win the fight. But coming up, they have both their DPS ults, or both their damage ults, and we're going to see if they can work with those.
So Carson, just a question, just to clarify. On the screen right now, it says Trine at 60.72 meters. Is that till they reach the where the other enemy's cart was?
No. So that's how far they've gotten. Overwatch is stupid and it will cut off the 3rd digit of any number. So Kentucky actually made 132 meters.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Houdini, nice. Death Blossom will
I
fall
don't have
though.
as much experience in this. That's why I was curious what that actually meant. So, okay. So about like 40 meters to go.
Yeah. And really just trying to build their ultimates. Houdini tried to find a pick on the Reaper.
Wow.
And did, but was able to, or did fall, and now he's going to be back on this Bastion.
Mods was holding his own there for a good second. Fortunately, most of the Kentucky team was just there.
Yep, looks like Trine will have to regroup for this fight.
Time is not their friend, but I believe these gentlemen can handle this.
And again, they are up 2-0 right now, so worst case scenario, we will see a map 4, and that will be actually Trine's pick of the map, as loser of the map before gets to pick the next map.
That'd be very interesting to see at least.
And Moz is now going to push forward, try and deal some damage to the Sojourn.
Ooh. Kentucky Sigma be able to bouldered him and then like stunned him on the ground.
Yeah.
That really was detrimental to Mods.
And then Fuji's Bola got eaten by
Sigma's
Sigma's.
Yeah, ability.
I have no idea what it's called, but you can eat stuff with it.
I call it the shield charge because I don't. That's really what you do with it. You take damage and you charge your shield.
Yeah.
I know that's not what it's called, but it's what it does. So. Sigma, the Kentucky Sigma is taking the high ground, which really is not helpful for Houdini trying to just get a foothold in that area.
Yeah, Fuji has to force out his ice block a little bit early, just trying to keep himself alive, and he walls off the Sigma. And we're going to see a Kitsune rush and a ultimate from Mods as he tries to find the Kiriko but cannot, and Bob from the enemy team will
come
take
out from Ash's ult. Yeah.
And that was 3 ults from Kentucky in response to what looks like Trine's 3 ults. No, Fuji didn't have ult. He was just playing.
I believe it was
before.
just
Mods and Echo Riot.
Yes.
that makes sense.
Because we had a Kiriko ult and we had the grab slam from Sigma.
We're moving into what could be a final fight here. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
and Helix will find a double kill on the railgun and then also a kill from Houdini.
And the Healy will get mods down with who's playing, who swapped the Winston to try to deal with the current combo.
And now Trine is forced to kind of push a little bit early. They don't have any ultimates to work with.
And they
Mods
kind of
is
just
forced to
gotta
touch the point a little bit quick.
sit on it until they can get rid of this Kentucky team and get to
Looking for
that
that
next checkpoint.
Sojourn, and Houdini now on Venture will find it.
Oh, we haven't seen this since the first map, since they banned this on the last one.
And again, Sigma trying to force everyone off the point with his ability. But
Venture's doing
Trine
a
will be
great
okay.
job at dealing with it, though.
And now he's going to go for the Sigma, and Trine will take him out. Now they're on to this Ashe, it looks like. But they're going to leave her behind and try and focus on the supports who are now out in the open.
Looks like the mods up top is handling the other remaining enemy players.
And Fuji, who is really kind of playing a little risky, but he needs to at this point in time.
They need to play risky to try to get this next capture.
Looks like Trine will take it, and they're going to get that minute 30 boost.
They
And they
needed
actually
it.
wall off that
That is
that
great
doofus,
by
but-
Fuji right there to try to keep the enemy team from trying to get back out of there.
unable to get the kill. And the Ashe, who was caught behind, will finally fall.
Right now, Trine cannot be slowed down at all.
Gonna see Trine keep up this momentum and really snowball Kentucky if they can into this final fight
So you gotta-
territory.
The one thing I'm concerned about right now is the Ashe ult from Kentucky that will probably send Bob out. And
Yep, Kitsune is thrown from both sides, and Fuji actually pops a Blizzard, and here comes a Bob, but the Bob gets frozen and then cleanse. And Wu Yang uses his ultimate, but Houdini also uses his. There's so much going on.
so many ults at once right now, it's hard to see what's going to happen.
Houdini's final one on the point. It's a 1v1 right now against this Ashe, but Doomfist comes back a little bit too fast. And Trine, who forced out 4 ultimates, is now having to play for one more fight with mods and his Primal Rage, and potentially 10 if he can build his beat drop fast enough. Again, mods kind of just looking at his backline. He's going to pop this Primal Rush here. And again, just mess up the backline.
Just keep
throwing them
pushing
all
them
around.
away.
And now he's going to push him off the point, and Trine will win this, and it's 3-0 Trine.
That was
And it's GG's for both teams.
a really good play by mods there. Without that primal urge, they would not have got that.
Yep. And that will be it for the stream. I've been your co-host, Carson Williams.
Jack Tarpon.
I hope you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.